Hi everyone, this is Armand Neucent, Simple Cooking Made Easy, and I'm Armand Neucent, and today we're going to be making some yogurt. So there we are. What we have is all of the ingredients you see in front of you. We've got yogurt, flour, we've got some sugar there, and we've got some homemade Yakult, which I'll tell you about in a second. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we've got 3 tablespoons of sugar here in this little dessert jar of mine, which I eat my dessert. We've got a cup of plain flour, and plain flour is really important to the recipe. That's how we're going to get our thickness and in the yogurt. No, we don't need honey yet. Wait a minute. We've got caster sugar. Now we're going to that's the caster sugar I just showed you, of course. Now the honey is for those who are calorie conscious. Now this is the important one right here. This is the important ingredient. This is homemade Yakult. You can of course buy one from the shop, but it's much better to make your own. This is how you're going to get. This is how you're going to get the consistency of the yogurt. This is how we're going to avoid using yogurt makers and whatever. The cultures here are what's going to make this a beautiful, beautiful tasting yogurt. And for the yogurt, we're also going to need some vanilla. Just a little bit of vanilla, but it's not a yogurt without vanilla, is in my mother's opinion. Oh, by the way, you're going to need to add the milk as well. I forgot to mention that. So that's 2.5 cups of milk. Alright, let's get started. So, what we're going to use now is we're going to use the plain flour. Plain flour, we're just going to need about 2 cups of plain flour, and just put that into a mixing bowl. So here we go, just adding the plain flour. Now, very important thing you want to do here with that flour is add the milk. But before we add this milk, we're going to need to make a well. And it's not going to work properly, in my opinion, if you do not make a well. Now, we just pour that milk over the well. There we have it. Now, before we start mixing, it's very important that we add the sugar. So I'm going to add the sugar. Good, all of the sugar, there we go, all in there, all in one, all in one. Now, we've got a whisk, and we're just going to want to fold this in. There we are. So here we are, folding it in. Good. So you want to do it like I'm doing it. Folding it in. Very good. And just keep doing that until it's all mixed. So it might take you a few minutes, but just persevere and you'll get something pretty good soon. Here we are, just keep moving more like that. Yeah, just like I'm doing it. Alright, there we have it. So there we have it. So this is what you get after about 4 or 5 minutes of stirring. So there you go. Now, the homemade Yakult. Homemade Yakult is very important. Of course, it doesn't have to be homemade. I just like the homemade one because it's got loads of cultures. They're all really fresh, and it's going to give a great consistency and a great flavour. So I'm just going to stir all that in. It's equivalent to about what you get in one container. Now, a really important one is the vanilla extract. So vanilla extract is just extracted vanilla, and we're going to put that in. I'm just going to put a little bit in the cap here, as you can see, just a little drizzle. Probably end up being about 4 drops. Pour that in. And, oh, hang on, didn't all get in. Wait up, just give me a sec. Almost got it out. Otherwise, we'll just drip down the bottle. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, now, so just put the top back on that one. You're going to want to give that a quick stir just to make sure all of the Yakult and all of that extract got through the mix. Oh, and that's good. So there we have it. Now, all I'm going to do is transfer the mix from this large mixing bowl into an eating bowl. So there we go. Just up to about there, that's fine. I'll save the rest for later. I'll eat that when I'm finished filming. So what we're going to need to do now is cover it with some Glad wrap. So let me just go and get some Glad wrap. There we are. Oh, there it is. And now we can just cover that one up. We're going to need to make some holes in this in just a second, but we'll just cover this up nice and tight, just so it fits around. This is going to be in the fridge for a little while. So we're going to need to just make it nice and tight. I'm going to make one hole here, and I'm going to do another one right about there. There we go. And we just put that in the fridge for about 3 hours. So you're going to want to put that in the fridge for about 3 hours. Yes, about 3 hours, and just put that one just there like that, and close the fridge when you're done. And we're back. So, it's been a little bit longer than 3 hours. It's been about 5 hours. But I checked once or twice. It wasn't quite right. So, this is pretty perfect now. This is about how you want it. In the past, it's only been 3 hours, but there we go. We'll just take off the gladder. There we are. And we're going to get a spoon, just have a little stir. I'll give it a taste. Oh, it's perfect. This is exactly how I make my yogurt. This is, I have a bit of a Greek yogurt flavour, a tiny bit of sweetness, tiny bit of vanilla, but you know, you can do whatever you like. You can mix it with whatever you want. Just look at it. That is perfect yogurt. You pay so much money for yogurt like that where I live. Oh, yeah, that's the yogurt that I grew up with. My mother used to make yogurt like this, and that's how I want you to make yogurt, because it's the best yogurt you can get.